What's the story with these guys here?
Yep, most of these are little red-footed booby chicks. They're fledglings. We got them as little fluff balls, fell out of their trees, and we've just been raising them until they can fly away.
You as well? Yep, sure.
Yep. And this is Bill.
Wow. Hello, Bill. There's a very good reason why I would always jump at seeing an Abbott's booby. There are only around about 10,000 of them left in the world. They're only ever found on or around Christmas Island.
So she came in with basically her right wing. The primary flight feathers just
not there.
Weren't there. We were hoping they'd grow out, but they never did. When we heard that Chris was coming over to Christmas Island, we thought it was a great opportunity to actually get Bill checked out properly and hopefully get some treatment for her.
So you've been, I guess, the reason she's still alive.
Yes, well, we've been feeding her and just looking after her.
Bill's incredibly lucky that someone actually found her at the time and then brought her to see Tanya, because Tanya now is her only lifeline.
She's obviously not happy here. She sees all the other birds fly off and gets a bit depressed.
Okay.
We're hoping you can help us do something for her.
I'll certainly try, because, you know, the mind's certainly willing, it's just the body's not really able.
No, she certainly thinks she can fly.
Yeah.
With the Abbott's booby endangered, it's vital that birds like Bill be given every chance to return to the wild.
The fact that given certain circumstances the entire population could be wiped out, it means you have to be incredibly careful with each and every bird. Bill, is this a love bite? It's too early for that, come on.
Very quickly get bad.
On remote Christmas Island, northwest of Australia, Bill is giving the visiting vet a very warm welcome.
If I smell fishy, then I've got some serious problems.
But it's Bill the Abbott's booby that has the serious problem. The young rescue bird is missing critical flight feathers on her right wing.
The fact is, if a wild bird that relies on fishing to keep itself alive can't fly, then it can't survive. So your feeling is that when you first found her, she was fledgling and was trying to fly for the first time?
We think so. We figure that she tried to fly, she couldn't with half a wing, and she made it onto the ground.
All right, it's probably time to have a good look at that wing and see what's happening. A nice curvature there, which is, you know, just like an aircraft wing and gives the lift, but we need the length of the wing.
Near the end.
We do, yeah. And that's where it all kind of goes wrong at the end here. The tip of the wing is probably the most important part because it's the anchor point for all the primary flight feathers that really give a bird like Bill a lot of their lift and keep them in the air for all that time. So we've got what looks to be a fair bit of scar tissue around here. We've got some bleeding here. There's a little bit of feather poking out there. That stump at the end of Bill's wing is clearly a problem area. It would be sore, it would be inflamed, and if it stays raw like this, it could be the site of quite a serious infection. So, the end of the wing, it is a mess. It's a bit of a war zone in here. I've got a suspicion I know what's happening with Bill's wing, but to know for sure, I'm going to have to compare the problem wing with the normal one. See, we're almost going out to the fence there, and that's almost a metre from her body, whereas out this side, we'd be lucky to be a half there. And the extra length is what we're missing. To be honest, I think the biggest challenge we're facing is the fact that there's nothing about the end of this wing that's normal.
Oh, poor Bill.
So if we can clean up the tip of this wing here for her and get it to the stage where it doesn't have any ingrown feathers, where there's no infection, where there's no irritation, and we start to give her a really good chance of growing these feathers out. Now, I actually do need what's in there.
On Christmas Island, Bill isn't the only one vying for attention from the visiting vet.
How's this going to work? You can stand there and watch. Okay, and I'll get this. Thank you. Are we happy now? Good. Right.
Bill the Abbott's booby can finally get some treatment for her badly deformed wing.
So what I might do first of all is just put a little bit of local anaesthetic into this stump.
I don't feel anything after this.
Chris can now clean away any broken and ingrown feathers.
See, this is really the problem. This one here,
Broken inside.
it made a good start, but now you can see it's broken on the inside, so we should take that one out. Even though some blood is appearing, that is actually a good sign. It's showing the blood supply to the tip of this wing is healthy. All right. It's all right. So that should now be a healthy bed that the feathers can now grow through.
But there's still no guarantee Bill will ever be able to fly properly. So Chris wants to make sure the young, energetic seabird gets some much-needed rehabilitation.
Bill lives in the bird equivalent of paradise. Fresh air, sunshine, lots of water and lots of fish. So surely there's a form of exercise that she can do that's going to be perfect. So, kayak. Do we have these? Can we source them?
I actually have a kayak, yes.
It turns out Tanya has a kayak. Kayaks go in seawater, so do birds. I think she's already excited about it.
She looks pretty keen.
Look at you now, huh?
On Christmas Island, Bill's first rehabilitation session is underway.
She's never looked happier.
She does like it out here.
Chris wants to see Bill out on the water, getting some much-needed exercise while her feathers grow.
There we go.
And you're away. There you go. This is hydrotherapy of a different kind. Bill's feet are churning through the water. You can see her really busily working to keep up with the kayaks. And that is exactly what I had in mind. See, the head's going under. She's preening. That's more like it.
Surfing Booby. That's a happy Booby.
You go for it.
There we go. Safe. It makes me really happy. Like, it's great to see her actually out and enjoying her life instead of being stuck up in the enclosure. And oh, Bill. I think she's definitely got a brighter future now than she did. So it's really good to see.
Hopefully things are looking a bit better for you. Yeah? Catch a few fish, grow a few feathers. You can send me the bill. Abbott's boobies can live quite long lives, up to 40 years. And in her case now, if she gets her exercise, she gets her mental stimulation, then ultimately, there's no reason why she can't live a long life, but importantly also, a happy one.
Time to go home.
All right, Bill. Home time, importantly.
Dinner time.
Feed time. Go on.